Hello guys, I'm reviewing this rather wonderful little camera that I've received from Amazon, and just going to take a quick drive out and give you some examples of the quality of the video and the photos that this is able to take. Now, I'm actually using an app here on my phone. I'll just quickly show you this. I've got it running on my screen, as you can see. So it helps in the positioning of the camera, so I can move the camera around and still look at a phone screen. As you can see, it's now looking at the screen, so I can position it. It's absolutely fantastic. Hi, so I must apologise for the lighting in here. It's a winter's evening, the blinds are all closed to keep the heat in, and I've just got my standard room light on just now. So this is the camera. This one I got here is labelled DMY Co. As you can see, it is a very dinky thing. I mean, I cannot get over the size of this camera. It's so lightweight as well. Now let's go through the features on the case. Okay, so you have your up to 4K lens on the front. You've then got the power button on the other side. On the top you have the OK button. To the side we have the HDMI slot and the USB connector, and what you can't see, there is the TF card, or the micro SD slot up to 64 gig. On the bottom, now this is a niggle of mine, I hate to say it, it's one of the very few things I have a niggle with. See that bit there? That is the battery compartment, and if you ever have to take it off, it is a complete and utter nightmare to get it back on again. So hopefully in the next revision of the camera they'll make that a bit more accessible. Right, okay, screen time. We have the screen here. I think it's a standard TFT model. It is not particularly high resolution. We're not talking Samsung technology, let's be honest. It's a £60 camera, not a £600 camera. However, it is more than adequate for the job that it is required to do. Okay, so it's currently filming me, as you can see. Again, the lighting in here is shockingly bad, so that's not helping matters. I'm just trying to get the screen to focus. Come on. Yes, it's not going to come into focus, I'm afraid. Right, let's put this down and I will grab my webcam so we can have a proper look at this. Right, okay, so here is the screen here. The focus is still absolutely shockingly bad for some reason. No, there we go. Okay. So what you basically do is the button on the front, this is the mode button, you press this to go through what the camera is capable of doing. This might be a bit fiddly, however, let's just try. So yes, you press the mode button, not the top button, and then that takes you into all the different, that takes you into all the different settings for the camera. Okay, so we're currently on the photo mode. As you can see, the wee camera at the top left, which is currently a white blotch, never mind. Press the mode button again, and that takes you into the video mode. Now I've currently got that set to 720p, 120 FPS, because I was testing the slow motion capabilities. Very, very cool when you're editing it inside the camera software you have on your computer, if you have it. So you're able to take a standard film sequence and slow it down for viewing additional detail. Okay, the 60G at the top, that's the capacity left on the card. It's a 64 gig card I have installed. You can see the TF logo indicating the card. Now the wireless, we'll go back to that later, but then you've got the battery charge at the top right as well. You have whether the microphone is enabled, the date, the timestamp, all the standard stuff, okay? So press the mode button again, and that's into playback mode. I'm not even going to attempt that over the webcam because it won't look great at all, but you have seen the video clips in part of this review anyway, so that's all good. Mode button again. This takes you into the settings. This is where you can tinker around with all the stuff, okay? So we have the up and down buttons on the right side of the camera, and basically if you press, try my best here holding this camera, so if you press the OK button and you get into the menu system, okay? So first lot, we have the video resolution. You can select that. The top end it goes to is 4K, which is, so you get 4K at 30 FPS. You can have the setting below that, which is labeled 27K at 30 FPS. That's actually 2.7. 1080p 60 FPS for high speed, 1080p 30 FPS for standard, 720p for 120 and 60 FPS and 30 FPS. So there's one heck of a range available for the shots. Okay, recording sound, basically whether you want it to beep or not when you're pressing the buttons. Time lapse, you can time lapse the video. You can actually use this as one of the car driving recorder camera things as well. Now loop recording. The slow motion settings at the bottom. Again, I do apologise, this isn't really picking up the text that's highlighted, but I'll tell you what it is. So I've currently got that set to 720p at 120 FPS. You can have that on 100, 1080p 60 FPS if you want to. Press the menu button, the mode button, excuse me, to go to the next one. Photo resolution, so by default it's 16 megapixels even. It goes anywhere from 2, 5, 8, 12, 16 available, okay? You can time your picture as well, so you can have a 3-second delay, 5-second delay, 10-second delay, or a 20-second delay. You can change the exposure level, the white balance, enable Wi-Fi, again we'll come back to that, I'm not doing that just now. The image rotation, you can rotate the images. The driving mode, that's the box you tick for the looped recordings. Light source frequency can either be 50 Hz, 60 Hz, or you can set it to auto. LED indicator light is just this little light here in the corner. Auto screensaver, how long it takes for the screensaver to kick in. Shutdown, same thing. If you leave it for 5 minutes, then it will automatically shut down. And the time watermark if you want the date and the time stamp on your recordings. Then we have the settings. Inside the settings, you have language set to English by default. Date, time, format your memory card, reset to factory settings, and check the firmware version. To come out of there, you press the mode button one more time, and then press OK to exit, and that takes you back to the mode that you were looking at. Now in the next little bit I'm going to set up the wireless connection and show you the seriously cool thing that you can do with this camera. Right, this is where the value of this camera goes from awesome to absolutely insane. Now check this out. I've got my Android phone here, and I've installed this application called XDV, as you can see here. Okay, and what you do is on the camera, you basically press the up button, and that puts into the wireless mode. And what that basically does is it transmits a wireless connection signal from the camera that you can then connect to on your phone. So let's wait for it to appear, and then we can connect to Action Cam, and then connect. Now, if I load up XDV, seriously, if you've not seen this kind of thing before, this is going to blow your mind. Again, considering the cost. Okay, so we select the Action Cam. Right, watch what happens here. Turn it sideways. Okay, just turn this monitor off because it's causing a distraction here. Right. Because it's now wirelessly connected, the phone is actually transmitting what the camera is seeing. I'll say that again. The phone has now connected to the camera, and you can move the camera around, and it will basically transmit that feed onto, look, there's me recording this review, and that's the camera moving around. Now, if you can think of the applications for this, you could think of if you want to get the perfect scenery shot, if you want to make the perfect selfie, you could set the camera up, use the phone to adjust the position of it. There's so many things that you can do with this ability. If you go back to normal, I'll just turn the screen back on here because I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so if you go back to normal mode, you can actually trigger a recording by holding the buttons here. So if I press that, it will actually start the recording on the camera, all through your phone. So again, you can position this where you want to, wherever it happens to be. You can stop it by pressing the same button. You can set it to take a photograph exactly the same way. You can do slow motion, loop, time lapse. You can do anything you want through this application, and it's absolutely fantastic. You can also access the media gallery as well for all the recordings that you've got, and play them back locally as well. Now that application, that app is free. I got it inside the Google Play Store for my phone. I'm going to switch back to normal mode here because that's pretty much it for the camera. So yes, I downloaded that app from Google Play Store. It's free. There's a reference to it inside the manual as well. Just as the last thing, you want to exit the Wi-Fi, just press the up button, takes you back to normal mode again. And when you're finished, hold the mode button 3 seconds, and it then turns the camera off. So to summarise, what's probably been one of the most detailed review videos that you've ever seen for a camera, it's lightweight, it's so well priced, it's incredible. I expected something with half, if not quarter, of the capabilities of this camera when it came through, and once I checked it out, I was blown away with the amount of features that this camera has. It's probably got more features than most of the high-end ones, if you think about it. Certainly cost-wise. Right, okay, so if you're looking for a very light, very portable, wirelessly featured, slow motion, 4K camera that fits in the palm of your hand, then look no further than the DMY CO camera. I hope you've enjoyed this review. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.